What's up, leather crafters? Karlova Design here, and today's tutorial is for an older pattern that was made in 2020. I've just got 2 stars for it on Etsy because it didn't have video tutorial. But it came with written instructions since it was made because I lived on a sailboat, and you bet it was not really possible to make any video tutorials on a 40-foot boat. Anyhow, I hope it doesn't make you feel encouraged to leave bad reviews for all my older patterns that don't have video tutorials, but I decided to go ahead with this one and put it ahead of queue. The pattern came in A4 and US letter and had a stitching length of 5 SPI, which was 5.2 millimeters. I have redone the stitching holes to make them 5 millimeters because it's more universal, and it also includes DXF, SVG, and wide formats now. If you got it on karlovadesign.com, you will get an automatic email so you can download the updated version. If you bought it on Etsy, then you will have to contact me by email, which is on every pattern that you buy from me, and I will send you the updated version. Don't forget to include your order number. I have also updated the strap and the pocket flap. We are gonna need some hardware, which is couple of loops and couple of buckles. As for the materials, I'm going to use 1.8 Crazy Horse, which is pretty stiff, but you can use medium leather, and this is a 2 millimeter vegetable tan, which is a medium stiffness, and 3.5 millimeter for the straps. You don't need to memorize these material recommendations because they are always included with the pattern. I'm going to start with a closure strap. I will cut it precisely and copy it onto the leather. I will do all the straps this same way. This is 3/8 of an inch round punch. It makes it easier to make the zipper opening. Don't forget to put all the marks onto the leather because this is where we attach our closure strap and the buckle holder. I bet many people would prefer to use the knife here, but I am really not comfortable with the knife, so I'm using scissors. Now I have to choose the color for the zipper, and I decided to go with the beige. By the way, if zippers scare you or you just hate them, you can skip this whole part altogether and you just end up with the fanny pack without the back pocket. But if you don't need that back pocket, don't torture yourself. Don't forget, if you are using the two-sided tape, stick it outside of the stitching holes so you don't end up with sticky needles. We are also going to use a snap for this little pocket, but you can also use a button stud. Try to not tighten this seam uh, too much so the zipper will not become wavy. I also have a special method of stitching the zippers with a piece of paper on the back, which kind of helps to avoid waviness, but I decided to not use it in this project since the zipper is quite short. In the original version, the pocket front was stitched on top of the gusset like this, and I decided to experiment and stitch it differently. So first I stitched the gusset on top of the pocket front, and it didn't work because the pocket should rhyme with the bottom of the whole bag, and this kind of disturbs this rhyme. So at the end of the project, and you will see it on the video, I decided to rip it apart and redo the whole thing. Don't forget to insert the buckle holder in the middle of the pocket, and I'm going to make a keeper for it right now, and later I will need a couple of more keepers. I would strongly recommend to not pass the stitch over the edge of the buckle holder, just pass it underneath so there is no weird stitches on the sides. As always, we trim whatever is sticking out. And now we are going to stitch the flap in between the two pocket layers. Don't forget to mark where we need to stitch in the closure strap. If you decided to skip the zippered pocket, then here you will be stitching the inner pocket part instead of our outer zippered pocket piece. As always, you can download this pattern by clicking the link in the description of this video. And also don't forget to browse through my other projects because I have a lot of cool and unique stuff there. And I keep forgetting to remind you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This would be highly appreciated. As I mentioned earlier, I modified the pocket flap just a little bit. I made it slightly bigger, that's all, and this is not a critical update. Pay attention that there are two extra holes on the ends of the stitching line on the front piece to secure the edges of the flap, and the same is true for the pocket. Don't forget to help the gusset take its shape. Stitching the main gusset to the front panel should not cause any problems. You just start in the corner and end in the corner. Now we are going to need two 1-inch loops. I used D-rings in the first version, but I think square loops work better in this case. And our main gusset needs some shaping as well. These parts can be a little bit challenging to stitch, but go slowly, layer by layer. So, if you have a good eye, which you do because you are watching my videos, you probably understand what I meant when I was saying that the gusset does not look right when stitched this way. Let's make the strap. You can still make it that same way that it was made on the previous version, or basically any other way that you like. And I also decided to add a quick release snap that you also can add if you want to. Actually, you can make this strap any way you like. For example, you can use a D-ring instead of one of the loops and use a swivel hook to attach it directly to that D-ring. You may also want to skive the part that goes on the back. I was just too lazy to do that. Here I decided to attach the swivel hook. You can use a quick release buckle or anything else. It's just a strap and it should be convenient and quick when you want to put it on or off. Well, now it probably has a little too much hardware for one little fanny pack, but it is convenient. And now let's rip this pocket apart and restitch it in the right way. So this is it. Our little mini fanny pack is ready. And remember that your likes, comments, and subscriptions can help the almighty YouTube algorithm to notice my work. So if you like it, maybe someone else needs to see it as well. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.